Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make decisions faster and stop guessing yourself. So, does any of this sound familiar to you? Like, you need to make a decision, whether it's big or small, and suddenly your brain feels like it's become a debate club. You overthink every angle, you're worried about like choosing the wrong thing, you ask five people for their opinions, and even when you eventually decide, you still are second guessing your decision anyway. And then you wonder, like, why is it so freaking hard for me to just make a decision like other people decide so quickly? If you are struggling in this way, this video is for you, especially when it comes to making decisions or sticking to them. You're not flawed for like having this struggle. Okay, this is part of like what humans do. Second guessing, especially, is this very natural response to like when your brain's trying to protect you from making the wrong mistake, potential regret, embarrassment, or discomfort. But I'm going to show you how to like make those decisions with so much more ease. Okay, in a way that you are not hesitating, even though your brain wants certainty. Okay, it doesn't want you to take a risk. Okay, it doesn't want to make the wrong move. I'm going to show you how to make a decision that doesn't feel like the wrong move to you. So why is decision making so hard for us in the first place? Okay, like I said before, your brain, okay, overestimates the danger of choosing wrong. Okay, in psychology, and I've got a degree in psychology, we called catastrophizing. You're assuming that one decision is potentially going to ruin your whole life, even when obviously it won't. Or you've been conditioned in the past to believe that there's one perfect choice. School or parents or society, all reward right answers. And so you're chasing this like perfect one decision instead of like progress or just like, being willing to bet on yourself. And second guessing often becomes like a habit loop. The more you question yourself, the more your brain like learns to doubt itself. And you simply become someone who identifies with, I'm just an overthinker. Okay, you see yourself as indecisive. And when you see yourself as indecisive, you act indecisively, especially when you rely on emotions rather than the criteria. When a decision feels uncomfortable, okay, even though it could be the right one, you interpret that discomfort as danger instead of a normal path of growth. And that's why decision making generally is so difficult, you know, not because we're incompetent, but it's just part of like our human nature. So here's something that I want you to consider, okay? Good decisions don't come from certainty. They come from choosing, making a choice that feels right to you and deciding it is the right choice for you. There's no perfect decision, there's only a decision that you commit to. Self trust isn't always about knowing like what's going to happen in the future, but it's about knowing that no matter what comes your way, you're going to back yourself regardless. So stick with me, okay? Have you got me? Have you got this far? Like once you learn how to make decisions faster, your entire life is going to speed up in the best possible way. More confidence, more peace, definitely more mental, less mental clutter and more progress, okay? More moving forward. Okay, because something that I want you to consider is that second guessing is slowing down your life, probably more than you realize. And you probably are aware already that it's costing you time. Okay, hours lost to those mental spirals. It's costing you energy. Like, my gosh, like the mental fatigue from analyzing everything. It's costing you momentum. Okay, you're pausing your goals, you're just not even taking action. And it's costing you opportunities because the longer you wait, like the more doors close. And it's also costing you ultimately your confidence because you're teaching your brain that you just cannot trust yourself. You're depending on someone else to, answer or decide what's best for you. Now, second guessing isn't really harmless. Okay, sometimes it's just like self doubt and you're disguised as like caution. But indecision is still a decision. Okay, it's just the least empowering one. And every time you delay a decision that needs to be made, it just keeps you stuck in the same place, which ultimately, even though it might have said that it wasn't harmful, okay, it's not taking you where you want to go. It ultimately is going to cost you more than you think it's gaining you by just sitting there second guessing yourself. Now, you make better decisions faster than you think. Okay, the truth is you don't need 20 minutes, 20 hours of thinking. Sometimes you just need to decide. How do you make a good decision and just stick with it? You define the problem. Okay, most indecision comes from like trying to solve a problem. What's the actual decision that you're trying to make? And then you list your top two or three criteria, like or whatever your top two list is. Not 20, not every possible, so like, what school should we go to? Send my kids. Just decide what are the top two or three. Okay, where should we go on a holiday? Top two or three. Just a handful that truly matter. Okay, your brain knows you better than like you would ever give yourself credit for. And then you give yourself a time limit. I absolutely love the decision. Sorry, the decision criteria, it's almost like a little matrix. Small decisions just need 10 minutes. What should I have for dinner? 10 minutes. Medium decisions, you can give yourself an hour. Bigger decision, one day. Life-changing decision, 1 to 3 days max. And then when the timer is up, you choose. Now you have to assume that the decision you choose for yourself is the right one. Okay, this is key. Not hope it's the right one, not pray it's the right one. You assume. Okay, your brains will work backwards to justify it and execute it. I always like to think that there's a million right decisions. Like assume that no matter what path you take, it's going to be the one that's right for you. Now, commit to a period of time before you evaluate. There's no flipping and forth, like back and forth. Stick with a habit for 30 days. Commit to a business direction for 30 days, 90 days. Commit to a plan for a week. Expect that there is going to be discomfort, not confusion. Discomfort doesn't mean that anything is wrong. I always say, chances are, everything that you want is on the other side of fear. Discomfort is a sign of progress. It just means something new. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be decisive. And life is going to get so much easier and lighter and faster when you decide quickly. Okay, when you make those fast, decisions, it's going to be obviously more free time because you're spending less time agonizing over things or analyzing things. It's going to be more confidence because you're building a track record of self-trust. More progress because decisions create action. Less anxiety because your brain stops that looping. More clarity because you actually learn what works through doing, not thinking. And more opportunities because you move faster than your fears. You're just moving. Decision making is truly a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger and faster it becomes. And there's something so liberating about becoming a person who just decides. You don't wait for certainty, you create it by having your own back and deciding. Because your life is not going to, change when you make the perfect decision. It changes when you make the next decision. You just decide. You can choose to trust yourself and adjust. Understand that this indecision is going to steal your time, but decisions are going to be the thing that creates your future. There's no perfect choice. It's just the choice that you make right by deciding it's right for you. There's any progress. And a fast decision is better than an unmade one. And understand that discomfort is going to be part of that clarity. But once you decide, you commit and you act like someone who just backs herself. That's it. And so this week, I'd love to challenge you to just pick one small decision that you've been avoiding. Buying something, choosing a day, scheduling, whatever, picking a direction. Give yourself 10 minutes to decide. Set a timer, make that call, and act on it immediately. Okay? Because that is going to build self-trust faster than thinking ever will. Because I'm sure in the future you want to be someone who's decisive and confident and calm. Okay? No, you don't want to waste your time second guessing, but clarity will always come from choosing, not waiting. Okay? You want to be a person who trusts her own judgment, who moves with purpose and knows that she can course correct anytime that you need to. That's the cool thing about decisions. Okay? You can always later revise and course correct. And if you want that help, building more clarity in your life, make sure you grab my free guide, 5 thought shifts that will help you, 5 thought shifts that will help you get out of your own way. It's in the description below. But in a nutshell, my friend, you do not need perfect decisions. You just need decisions that you can commit to. Second guessing is going to drain your energy in the most incredible way, okay? But the fastest way to get it back, your energy, is just to make fast, confident decisions. And the truth is, your next chapter is built by the decisions you make today. You've got this, my friend. Your future self is already thanking you today for deciding. I will catch you in the next video.